Hello everyone, I'm Shiva Pashmina and welcome to a Caltrain video. Today, I'm taking the train to San Jose Diridon. We will be exploring details about the Union Pacific. Let's jump into the video. I hope you enjoy. All right, y'all. We have Caltrain 106 that is about to pull in to Palo Alto. There's the train. We're gonna see if the digital announcement works. Oh, there it is. Okay, I think it should work. Oh, okay. We have to, here we go, here we go. Here we go, guys.
This is southbound local train 106, all stops to San Jose Dirdon. Next stop, California Avenue.
All right, guys. It should work. We're gonna find. Oh, we actually will get this seat.
Doors are closing.
Here you go.
Please stay clear and hold on.
Let me get set up and I'll let you know when we're leaving. What's up, y'all? It's Shiva Pashmina here. We are just about to arrive at the California Avenue station. So the first thing we are gonna do is listen for this digital announcement. All right. Okay. And then I'll let you know when we're leaving California Avenue.
This is southbound local train 106, making all stops to San Jose Diridon. Next stop, San Antonio.
All right.
Doors are closing. Please stay clear and hold on.
All right, guys. We are leaving California Avenue. So the next stop we are going to is San Antonio. So today I'm going to talk about the Union Pacific. Okay, so the Union Pacific was founded on July 1st of 1862, and it was built as part of the first transcontinental railroad. And also Union Pacific was an American rail company that was established by an act of Congress. So, the original line extended westward from Omaha, Nebraska to meet the Central Pacific Railroad. It was being built eastward from Sacramento. So, on May 10th, 1869, the two lines had been joined at Promontory, Utah. So now we're going to talk about the other history, the expansions and mergers. So the Union Pacific had been financed by federal loans and grants, but it had overextended itself through its involvement in the credit mobiler scandal, which a few manipulators reaped enormous profits. Oh, that is super interesting. And also, after
San Antonio.
So, after there was an exposure of the scheme, it left the railroad badly in debt, and in 1893, the company went into receivership. So, we are arriving at San Antonio. So, we're going to give a preview of this digital announcement real quick.
This is southbound local train 106 making all stops to San Jose Diridon. Next stop, Mountain View. Please stay clear and hold on.
Okay, everyone, we are departing San Antonio. So the next stop we are going to is Mountain View. So in 1897, it was recognized under the leadership of Harriman, who was responsible for the major improvements and standardization. So, Harriman led the railroad to participate in economic development of the West and used the railroad as a holding company for secretaries and other transportation companies in his empire. So, in 1932, his son Averell Harriman was a chairman for the board of Union Pacific until 1946. So now we're going to talk about the growth and consolidation of the Union Pacific. So the Union Pacific had grown to operate in 13 western states. It was being extended from Council Bluffs, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Portland, Oregon, and Los Angeles. So in 1982, Union Pacific had merged with
now approaching Mountain View, your connection to VTA.
Two other railroads, which was called the Missouri Pacific Railroad and the Western Pacific Railroad. So we are just about to arrive in Mountain View. So I'm gonna let you know when we're leaving Mountain View. Okay. Really sunny out this morning.
This is southbound local train 106 making all stops to San Jose Diridon. Next stop, Sunnyvale. Doors are closing. Please stay clear and hold on.
Alright guys, we're just about to leave Mountain View, so the next stop we're going to is Sunnyvale. So, these two trains had formed the system of the Union Pacific.
Caltrain is a proof of payment system. Please have your ticket, clipper card, or mobile phone ready for inspection. Failure to comply will result in a $75 administrative citation.
So, while Union Pacific and Missouri Pacific retained their separate corporate identities, Western Pacific became a subsidiary of Union Pacific until the merger was completed in 1997. So, at the time, traffic control and marketing for these three railroads were fully unified, and all the lines operating using the Union Pacific name. With the investment of the Southern Pacific, Union Pacific became the largest domestic railroad in the United States and controlled almost all of the rail-based shipping materials like coal, automobiles, food, forest, and agricultural products and chemicals, and is one of the largest intermodal shippers in this country. So, its corporate headquarters are in Omaha, which was the city that laid down the railroad tracks in 1865.
Now approaching Sunnyvale.
Okay, so we're just about to approach the Sunnyvale station, and we're gonna give a preview of the digital announcement, and then I'm gonna let you know when we're leaving Sunnyvale. And yeah, a lot of people go to Sunnyvale.
This is southbound local train 106 making all stops to San Jose Diridon. Next stop, Lawrence. Doors are closing. Please stay clear and hold on.
Alright guys, we are leaving Sunnyvale, so the next stop we're going to is Lawrence. So, in July of 2025, Union Pacific announced an agreement to acquire the Norfolk Southern Corporation for approximately $85 billion in cash and stock. And it's a deal that would create the first transcontinental freight railroad operating under the single corporate structure in the United States. So, the combined company would operate roughly 50,000 miles of track and across 43 states and handle more than 40% of U.S. freight rail traffic, linking Union Pacific's western network with Norfolk's southern eastern routes. So, under the proposed terms, Norfolk Southern shareholders would receive a combination of Union Pacific stock and $88.82 in cash for each Norfolk Southern share, valuating the company at approximately $320 a share. So, of the total transcontinental value, about $20 billion would be paid in cash, with the remainder issued in Union Pacific stocks. So now we're gonna quickly talk about the routes of the Union Pacific.
Lawrence.
So, the Union Pacific Railroad is operating one of the largest freight railroads in the United States, which primarily serves the western two-thirds of the country across 23 states. Here are some major routes. And the West Coast Corridor is an example of an extensive line connecting ports of Los Angeles, Long Branch, Oakland, Portland, and Seattle to inland distribution hubs. I'll give more of this information after this digital announcement.
This is southbound local train 106 making all stops to San Jose Diridon. Next stop, Santa Clara.
Okay, we're gonna give more of this
Doors are
information.
closing. Please stay clear and hold on.
Alright everyone, we're leaving Lawrence. The next stop is Santa Clara. So, the Central Corridor is an overland route, a key transcontinental line that runs from California through Reno, Salt Lake City, and Omaha, which connects into a major rail hub of Chicago. Sunbelt and Southern Corridor are routes that link Southern California and Arizona through El Paso, San Antonio, and Hudson towards Gulf Coast markets. The Midwest network is a strong presence across Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, and Iowa, supporting agricultural and industrial shipments. So the energy and industrial routes are lines serving coal mines in Wyoming's Powder River Basin, chemical refining facilities along the Gulf Coast, and major inland intermodal hubs such as Dallas. Overall, these routes form a comprehensive network that connect ports, industrial centers, agricultural regions, and energy producing areas that make Union Pacific a critical backbone of freight transportation across the western and central of the United States. So now I'm going to answer some questions about the Union Pacific Railroad. So, when and why was Union Pacific founded? Well, Union Pacific was founded on July 1st, 1862, when Lincoln signed the Pacific Railway Act into law. Its mission was to build the eastern segment that had started from Omaha, Nebraska, and then headed west to meet the Central Pacific Railroad. So, what role did Union Pacific play in building the first transcontinental railroad? Well, Union Pacific had been responsible for building the eastern segment of the first transcontinental railroad, laying a total of 1,085 miles of track. Construction began in Omaha, and Nebraska was built westward across the Great Plains and Rocky Mountains. So, workers had built 650-foot long by a 150-foot high wooden trestle over Dale Creek in Wyoming. And it had been the highest point on the
Now
transcontinental
Santa Clara, your
line.
connection to VTA, ACE, Capital Corridor, and San Jose Mineta International Airport.
At 8,237 feet. So, Union Pacific crews had blasted 4 tunnels through Rugged River Canyon in Utah using a powerful explosive liquid. So, I'm now going to answer this next question is, how did the company impact westward expansion in the United States?
This is southbound local train 106 making all stops to San Jose Diridon. Next stop, San Jose Diridon.
Okay, so Union Pacific was the primary catalyst for the westward expansion that fundamentally altered the American landscape,
Doors
economy,
are closing. Please stay clear and hold on.
and society by physically uniting 2 halves of the country. Alright guys, we are leaving Santa Clara, so the next stop we are going to is San Jose Diridon. So I think I have time to answer another 2 questions. Which sections of the Peninsula Corridor are owned by Union Pacific's Railroad versus the Peninsula Corridor Joint Powers Board? Well, the Peninsula Corridor is divided by 2 owners, the Peninsula Corridor Joint Powers Board and Union Pacific. So, the Peninsula Corridor Joint Powers Board owns most of the corridor, but the Union Pacific maintains ownership of the southern extension and specific segments near Santa Clara. So I think I might have... Oh! How does dispatch coordination work when freight and passengers share track? Oh, that is a really good question. Dispatch coordination for shared track is managed by a single central dispatch for each territory who centralize traffic control and positive train control to regulate the train flow and safety. Okay, so that was our video. So I really hope you enjoyed hearing some information about Union Pacific. It was fun riding to San Jose Diridon from Palo Alto. If you have any questions about Union Pacific or Caltrain, let me know. And I enjoyed riding this train up to San Jose, sharing information about the Union Pacific and listening to digital announcements on this train. So when you take Caltrain, I would recommend sitting at the top level of this train since you get a really good view of the train. And there's free Wi-Fi on board the train, power outlets at every seat, and restrooms on board these trains. So, these trains are 79 miles per hour. So, it's peak hour you might notice a lot of people on this train. So, and peak hours usually 6:30 to 9:30 a.m. on Mondays through Fridays. So, if you're using a Clipper card on Caltrain, make sure to tap off once you get off the train. And
Now approaching San Jose Diridon, your connection to ACE, Capital Corridor, and VTA.
if you don't tap off, you'll get the maximum fine. Oh look, we're like right next to ACE. So, also, if you brought your bike on Caltrain, be sure to grab it before you get off this train. If you enjoyed this Caltrain ride, be sure to check out some of my other videos. I did a video from Menlo Park to San Jose, so I would highly recommend checking it out. And before I go, let's listen to this digital announcement.
Now approaching San Jose Diridon. This is the final stop for this train. Please be prepared to exit when the train comes to a complete stop and the doors open. Check around your seat and the overhead luggage rack for your personal belongings and dispose of all trash. Watch your step when leaving the train, and on behalf of our entire crew, thank you for choosing Caltrain.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope to see you in my next video.